What up everybody, I'm in Havana, Cuba. I'm gonna make a quick video on everything you need to know on how to travel to Cuba if you are coming from the United States. One thing I want to quickly mention is the fact that Cuba as a country is one of the safest countries I've ever traveled to, and Havana as a city is one of the safest cities I've ever traveled to. So if you're planning a trip to Cuba but you're on the fence about it, rest assured there's nothing you need to worry about. It's one of the safest cities I've ever been to. So book that flight and hop on over here because it's such an incredible country to really be here and experience, because obviously the cliche term is you have to see it to believe it, but Havana is definitely one of those cities you do have to be here for it. Okay, the obvious first step to come to Cuba is you have to book a flight. That's the first thing you need to do. You need to purchase a flight. Most flights fly out of North Carolina and Miami, so you'll have the connecting flight there, and from there you go directly to Cuba. I believe the airlines that fly to Cuba are Delta, American Airlines, and JetBlue are the ones that I know 100% fly to Cuba. Sorry, I had to get inside since it started pouring. The next step is to get a Cuban travel visa. Now, personally, I believe the U.S. government and the Cuban government give two F's about the Cuban visa. However, you do have to buy one. Now, you can buy one online, which I recommend. It's faster and it's probably a safer bet for you in case that there's a huge line at the airport, or for some reason you don't have time at the airport to buy one. It's just safer to buy one online, and it's a bit cheaper than if you were to buy it at the airport, since they do charge you that, fee for just being there, If you're going through American Airlines and you buy it online, it's going to be $85. I think 40 of it goes to shipping because it comes in 1 to 2 days. The price does vary depending on your airline. If you buy it at the airport for American Airlines, I think it's $110, so just be aware of that. This is what it looks like. This is what the Cuban visa envelope looks like. So make sure this is the one you get in the mail. Don't forget, ask for your visa receipt. And then this is what it looks like inside, and you'll have a visa in here. When you make it to Cuba and you're flying on the way back to America, the visa will stay in Cuba. So just keep that in mind. You do need it when you get back to the Cuban airport to fly back to Miami or North Carolina. Alright, and as far as transportation to and from the airport, the standard prices are about 25 to 30 CUC.
No, normalmente nosotros cobramos al aeropuerto 30, pero no sé si le dijeron 25 en la casa, no sé.
Which is about $25, $30 after you convert it twice. So don't pay more than that. Obviously tip the driver if you can, because that helps them feed their families. So 25, 30 CUC for some taxi transportation. Homie right here, yo. We're in Havana Airport. First, quick thoughts.
Cuba's the best. It was probably the best trip I've ever been on. The people, the atmosphere, the weather, the vibe is just crazy. It's beautiful.
What about the food?
The food was pretty good.
Oh,
a little bit better. I had some
I'm gonna cut this out.
some banging paella with rabbit and chicken. I had some banging fish. I thought the fish and the seafood could have been a little fresher.
Gotcha.
But the whole thing, it was just banging. Like, the vibe is crazy. It's not what America says it is.
Right.
I learned a lot. I really loved the Museo de Revolución.
Yeah.
Learned about Che. And
what about like the safeness? Like, do you recommend anybody come through?
Anybody can come through. I felt very safe. I mean, you got to be aware anywhere you go, but I was safe. I didn't feel threatened at all. The people were friendly. The hustlers are even friendly.
Word. Yo.
Everybody was friendly, was chilling. I loved it. Go to Cuba.
Boom. Alright, so you might be asking, what is the best currency to bring to Cuba from the US? And my advice is that you use your dollars in America and you buy yourself some euros. And here's why. If you bring dollars to Cuba, you're going to get taxed 10 to 15%. I forgot the exact percentage, but you're going to get taxed a lot if you do bring cash down to Cuba. So you want to use your dollars and buy some euros at your local bank or anywhere you can get some euros in America, and then bring the euros down to Cuba. So when you get down to Cuba in the airport, you're going to use your euros and you're going to exchange them for Cucs, CUC. This is the tourist currency for Americans or anyone who travels to Cuba. This is the currency you're going to be using. There is another currency in Cuba, which is pesos, and that's the local currency. And you don't want to have local currency because it's not really worth much for your money. So make sure that at a restaurant or if you buy something, you get CUC back, which is this one. So be aware of that. You are going to need to bring down cash, specifically euros, because you're not going to be able to use your US debit or credit card, and you're not going to be able to take money at the ATM. So my advice, use your dollars, exchange them for euros, and then exchange them for CUC in the Cuban airport. Now, where should you stay in Cuba? This is obviously a personal decision and it also depends on your budget. However, I do recommend you stay at an Airbnb. One, because it's very, very affordable. And two, you are directly contributing to that family's household income. I stayed at an Airbnb for $18 a night. Now, let me tell you this. The family members were all four professionals: mom, dad, son, daughter. Mom was a psychologist, dad was an engineer, daughter was a kid's dentist, and the son was an army mechanic. And about in between four of them, they make around $100 a month. $100 a month for four professionals. So me staying one night for $18 was almost the exact same amount that they make for one of them per month. So I really, really recommend you stay at Airbnb. It's contributing so much to a Cuban family and you're directly supporting them. And it's obviously super comfortable. I love Airbnbs. You know where Airbnb is. I don't have to explain what that is. Here are a few clips from Orlando's wife giving me a tour of her apartment, her house. She obviously welcomed me in. She gave me such a great experience the 4 days that I was there. And I recommend the Airbnb or any others around Old Havana specifically because you're going to be super close to everything you need to see in Havana.
Esta es tu casa, en la cual has disfrutado por estos días. Aquí está la sala para compartir, sentarse a ver televisión, balcón, recibidor. Primer cuarto, que es el cuarto nuestro. Ajá. Aquí estamos en el baño, que es nuestro baño. Y también donde se lava, tengo la lavadora aquí. Aquí tenemos el cuarto de los muchachos.
Escaparate.
Escaparate, todas las... el comedor, lugar donde nos sentamos a conversar, intercambiar también, un lugar común. El cuarto ocupado por Mateo en estos momentos que hemos hecho el cambio de habitación y pues tiene su aire, su ventilador, la cocina. Acabamos de servir el desayuno a Mateo y estamos recogiendo. Y este es el cuarto de baño, el bañito, donde...
Now you obviously pay for location, so let me show you the view from the Airbnb if you go out the corner. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions about Cuba, leave them in the comment section below. Check out the photographs I've took of Cuba in my time there, street photos, portraits, etc., landscapes. They'll be on my website. I have a link below as well. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. Like this video. Check you in the next one.